this is like the most unconventional way. Now somebody's phone is ringing. This is like the most unconventional way I've ever done my makeup because I'm gonna have to, you feel me? Like, this not gonna be easy. But anyways, today we're doing my makeup because I am about to go holiday shopping with my mother. Yes, it is December, oh, I don't even know what day it is. Maybe the 21st, 22nd. I don't even be knowing what day it is. And we're gonna be doing my makeup and talking about, oh shit. Okay. We're gonna be doing my makeup and talking about the my worst dates, I guess. Because a few people asked me from my previous video, if you're not already subscribed to me, then you should just know based off vibes that that's something that you want to do. Just go ahead and subscribe, babe. I'm gonna try to post once a week, and that's all I'll say about that. Anyway, this is a like my normal, actually, I'm not even gonna lie. Normally, I don't wear foundation. Normally, I just put concealer under my eyes. But since I'm gonna be outside for probably an extended period of time, I wanna look a little bit less like shit. So, I'm gonna be putting on this new, I got this Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour skin tint because this is the most I like. I don't know if it's like the neurodivergency in me, but I can feel stuff on my face and I don't like that feeling. So I like lighter products, like lighter makeup products. I usually use the Fenty skin tint, but I bought this Super Stay because, you know, I love me a drugstore moment. So the first date I'll get into is one of them. Okay, that's the other problem about wearing wigs. I don't know why they make me sneeze. Like, I don't know why, but they all make me sneeze, synthetic or not. This is human hair. But even if it wasn't human hair, I would still be sneezing. Also, do not look at me doing my makeup and think, oh, I'm finna give me some tips. You're not. You're not finna get no tips. I don't do anything right. The first date I'm gonna talk about is one that I kind of mentioned in my video. So I had went on a date with a guy who was previously living in Hawaii, but came to work at a college in California, but in Northern California. And so when he wanted to visit his parents, I guess he wanted to take me on a date, but he also wanted to go visit his parents because they live kind of close to me. So he made a like 7-8 hour drive to me to come see me first and then go to his parents who lived like, you know, near me, which is insane because I would have waited to do the date, could have waited till after I go see my parents, maybe on the way back, on the way to your parents to drive. And I was out of the way. Like, I live near his parents, but not that freaking close. I'm out of the way. You have to drive like an extra hour or so to go see to go to where his parents live. So I was being very I wanted to be very cognizant of that and give him grace because I think that is really ridiculous of a thing to do. Because I'm like, bro, you don't even know me. We had been talking on like Instagram, but we hadn't had very many like deep conversations. Like, we were not ever talking about anything. Like, the conversations were so short. And that's why I always be saying, like, I want to talk on the phone. I feel like an old lady. I don't care. I want to talk on the phone. Like, let's call each other. Let's talk on the phone. Let's get to know each other a little bit first before we decide to go out. Because without really kind of knowing, you know, enough about each other, honestly, what my forehead looks like doesn't really matter to me because I'm gonna have to pull the bangs down. So, you know, my dome, anything can be happening up here. Makeup up here don't matter. You know, it's important that, you know, we talk and get to know each other before we see each other, because when we see each other, it's gonna be very awkward. Like, certain things, not knowing certain things, or not, you know, not having broke the ice. It's insane that I put this on my bed and I have white blankets. Yeah, the coverage, as you can tell, is like very light. But I don't know, like, I'm cool with this. Okay, another thing that I do, you're gonna be like, girl, what the hell? I don't put on concealer. Well, actually I do put on concealer, but if I'm wearing this, like, I'm actually starting to like the look of my dead, tired, big old Birkin bags underneath my eyes. So I'm gonna rock with them and I'm not gonna put on concealer, which is crazy because I'm going to lightly contour my nose with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand contour that I got from the beauty supply a while ago. So this shit probably expired. Yeah, because it only has a 12-month shelf life. I've had this more than 12 months. The first thing this dude did upon seeing me, first of all, like I said, he drove like 7 hours. The first thing he did was, when I'm walking up, he's like, oh, come meet me in my car. You know what I mean? I'm walking up to him. We met at like a mall. I'm walking up to him and he's changing his shirt. Like in the parking lot, changing his shirt. He's like, oh, I wanted to change my shirt because I've been driving all this time, a full 7 hours. He's like, I've been driving all this time, so I thought it'd be nice to just change my shirt. And I'm like, okay, I feel like you was trying to be thoughtful, and I appreciate that. But here's my issue with you trying to be thoughtful. You know what I mean? Here's where my problem comes in and where the issues lie. You still, if you felt like you was sweating this stuff, you still have been sweating this stuff. Like, even if you, even if you change your shirt, like you've still been, the funk's still there. And so that's my thing, is like, why didn't you like freshen up? Like, I would have stopped somewhere on the way, freshened up, and then came. You know what I mean? I would have did all that shirt change. Like, I would have stopped at like a Jack in the Box, went in the nasty little bathroom, at least like freshen up in the bathroom, at least. Like, you could have did something. And I, you know, hygiene is important. So that was the first thing I was like, that's a little strange. But not that bad, honestly, because he's been driving 7 hours. Like, we start walking around, and we were gonna go one place first, but then we decided to go somewhere else. We're walking around, and we had gone in there, like made our, like, not reservations, but like there was a wait. So we were walking around while we're waiting to be, you know, to get seated at the restaurant. And he asks me, we're just like talking, and then randomly, no, let me preface this by saying this first. He holds his arm out to me. Like I said, he lived in Hawaii. He was not black. He holds his arm out to me and says, see, look, I'm darker than you. And I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, see, like, that's one thing people don't really understand. Like, I'm this ethnicity. I'm not gonna say which ethnicity. If you want to guess, you may guess, but I'm not gonna say which. And no, he was not white. But he's like, see, like, this proves it. Like, we're more connected than people think, because look at me, I'm darker than you. He was tan from Hawaii, okay? He was living in Hawaii. He had a nice tan. I was like, that's a little weird. And then he asks me, we're like sitting down, like people watching, you know, as people do. We're sitting down people watching, and he asks me, he's like, I don't know why this is on my mind, but what kind of microaggressions do you face as a black woman in America? Like, what is it like? I was like, huh? What a weird question to ask. Honestly, every time I recount the story, I can't remember if he asked me that in the restaurant or if he asked me that outside of the restaurant, but I want to say it was outside of the restaurant. It had to be when he did the look, we're the same color shit. But anyway, or I'm darker than you shit. Anyway, I was like, that's a really weird question to ask. Like, I really don't feel like, I was like, you know, you're this ethnicity, and I'm sure that people, you know, say or do things, you know, as a microaggression to you. So, I mean, what is that like? You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't really feel like that's something we really need to discuss on a first date. It's kind of like, you know, it's not really, I feel like, let's keep it light. Let's keep it light. Let's keep it fun. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I just wondered because around that time we got our reservation. So it was like, okay, come in, y'all. So we, you know, go in. Like I said, if you looking at me right now and it's like, I'm finna get my tips for doing makeup, don't. It's not. It's no good. You know, we get our reservation, and when we're walking to the restaurant, there is a group of black guys, and you know, they remark on my beauty. But anyway, they remark on the fact that I'm looking fine as hell. Which, to be honest, like, I was looking cute because I'm always looking cute. But it was not even, it was something light. It was something light. I'll post a picture of what I was wearing right here. It was something light. Like, it wasn't even nothing crazy. But anyway, they verbally remark loudly. They're like, damn, ooh, like, you know what I mean? Pretty loudly, very dramatically. I would say the guys are probably a bit younger. So, you know what I mean? They're very dramatic. And I don't think that they registered that I was there with him. But I've realized sometimes with black dudes, they don't really care. Like, when you're with a non-black guy, they just kind of say whatever they want. If I'm out with a black man, they don't say anything. But if I'm out with a non-black man, they're like, damn, girl, you fine as hell. And I'm like, hey, I'm with this guy. And they're like, I don't care about that. So yeah, that was kind of the energy. But they didn't stop to like try to talk to me. They just verbally remarked on how fine I was looking. He turns to me and goes, that was so disrespectful. Don't you think that was disrespectful? Like, you're not gonna say anything? Me? Am I gonna say anything? I was like, why would I say something? He's like, well, yeah, but you just you're just gonna let those guys talk to you like that? Yes. What am I supposed to do? Fight them? Am I supposed to be put them up? Like, am I supposed to fight them? I'm not gonna fight them. They think I'm cute. You think I'm cute. I was like, it's really not that big of a deal. I'm not really worried about them. Like, you know, and I had to reassure him, which is obvious. It's always so annoying as a woman to have to be like, you know, I'm here with you. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, whatever. Because honestly, that was the truth. Like, I'm not finna, like, it's not like I'm gonna be like, okay, ditch this guy. Be like, bye, dude. I'm gonna go hang out with these other guys now. Like, that's not, obviously, that was not gonna be the situation. So I was like, just chill, just chill. Anyway, we get to, and I've told this part of the story so many times. So if you watch me, then you're gonna know, like, if you've seen like my content, or if you go to my streams. By the way, I am a streamer on YouTube. I do stream. I'm a streamer of video games. I've told this part several times, but like, we get in there, bro. Why does we're at a booth. Why does he sit directly next to me in the booth? I'm like, we can't be in the booth together, bro. Like, you gotta be on the other side. And he was like, oh no, like, he was like, I just want to get close to you. I was just like, okay. He's like, you know, I just want to get close to you and like really connect. So anyway, I ordered my food, and you know, he's like rubbing my leg. He's like, you know, touching me a lot, which my love language is not touch. It's like the last thing. It's the last thing I want is to be touched. And he's like legitimately like rubbing me, like rubbing my leg, rubbing my arm, like touching me. Literally at one point sticks his hands in my hair. Now, one thing about me is I never wear wigs on dates. I always wear my actual hair on dates. Honestly, I should start wearing a wig for protection. But to be honest, like when I'm on dates, I want to be as comfortable as I possibly can be. And one thing about me, I actually hate wearing wigs. I hate it because it makes my head hurt. I be sneezing. I feel like I'm always allergic to the damn wig. Like my nose is stuffing up. Like it's never fun. And they hurt. I love the way they look. And if they didn't bother me so much, I would wear them more. But because of those reasons, I only wear them occasionally if I'm only leaving the house for a couple of hours, or like when I don't feel like doing my hair. So I'm not wearing a wig during this date because I'm like, you know, I want to be comfortable. I want to be as comfortable as possible. He reaches his hand into my hair and goes, wow. He's like, you know, I've never actually dated a black girl. I've dated all other kind of girls, white girls, Asian girls, Hispanic girls, everything else, but I've never dated a black girl. But I didn't know that black girls could have hair like this. Mind you, my hair was flat ironed. It was straightened. That's it. There was nothing else special going on. It was just straightened. And I was like, whoa, you putting your hands in my hair. That's crazy, insane business. That's insane business. You're doing too much. Chill out, little bro. Then we get into the conversation about the fact that he's never been with a black girl. He's like, I wonder what it's like. Like all of my friends tell me it's like this and it's like that. And I can't wait to try. Like, I can't wait to try. And I'm like, who you finna try on? It ain't finna be me. Our conversation starts getting a bit stale. Okay, wait, I have to really pay attention to, I cannot do my eyeliner and talk. Okay, give me a sec. I'm using the NYX Epic Ink Liner. Damn, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Also, this one is kind of broken, but I'm not about wasting products around here, so we're gonna use it. This is how I do my eyeliner. People always have been asking me on the internet for a very long time about like my eyeliner or like makeup tutorial. Like, girl, this shit is so raggedy. If I was better at makeup, which I do intend to get better, 2025 goal, like I want to be able to beat my face. That's just not the reality at this point. I just do it like, you see? Look at my eyeball. The conversation was beginning to get stale on this date, okay? It was beginning to get stale. So in order to get me reinvigorated in the conversation, you know what he does? He was like, oh no, first of all, we start talking about, this is how we get here. We start talking about the fact that I was at the time I was working at BuzzFeed. Yes, I used to work at BuzzFeed. I was talent at BuzzFeed. A lot of people are like, well, what does that mean? That basically means I was hired quite literally to be on-screen talent for like short form content and long form content. And I would like ideate for like their content across like a couple of different, like BuzzFeed Multiplayer, BuzzFeed Unsolved, BuzzFeed, you know, the original channel, like blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that was my job. He goes, oh, he was like, you know, that's kind of, you can't really have that kind of job forever though, right? Like that's not a very serious like career, is it? And I was like, well, it's the pandemic Lovato, so I'm not really you know, it's hard to be serious during the pandemic, Lovato. Like, I don't even know if I'm finna be alive next week. So I'm just rocking with what I got going on. I'm just happy to be here. I can tell the whole story about the BuzzFeed thing, even though I have to be kind of careful because I'm pretty sure they had us sign NDAs about it. But I can tell that at another time. So let me know in the comments if you want to hear my why I left BuzzFeed type beat, even though that's not really how it happened. He's like, that's an unserious job. His job, he was a theoretical physicist, right? Damn, I'm such a yapper. It's already been 18 minutes and I'm still on story 1. Anyway, he was a theoretical physicist, and I don't even know what that means, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what kind of job that is, okay? I think I'm a smart girl, but like, I'm not like super smart brainiac girl. I didn't even go to college. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is. He was like, yeah, like my job. Oh my God, I'm gonna fuck this up. I already did. Okay, hold on. Wait, girls. And he's like, oh, it's this, and that. I'm not paying attention. He's like, yeah, he was like, I love what I do. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I love people who are like passionate about what they do. He's like, yeah. He's like, you know, it doesn't really, he was like, no, what did he say? He was like, basically like, oh yeah, like you may be passionate about what you're doing now, but like one day you're gonna want like a really serious job. I'm like, okay, bro. He's like, yeah. He's like, take a look at my papers. I have some of them published and we can view them online. He was like, and also you'll be able to see my handwriting. Like, do you want to see my handwriting? And he like shows me. He's like, this is my handwriting. Like, what does this say about me? Like, do you like, he was like, do you get any vibes from my handwriting? Like, it's very obvious the type of person I am, right? Crazy that you just whipped out your papers on me. You don't think that shit is kind of crazy? You know, I'm downing my drink. Obviously, I'm downing my drink. The food, you know, we're starting to eat the food. The man takes, I'm eating, right? Eating. The man takes my face, kisses me. And I'm like, mid-chew. Okay, first of all, I'm eating salmon. This is intimate between me and this piece of salmon. I was like, oh my God. He was like, I'm sorry, I just couldn't help myself. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, like I said, for the whole date, he's like touching me incessantly. And I'm just like, that's like not cool. Like, I'm trying to eat, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just eat our food. Let's just eat our food. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. It just, something just came over me. Like, I just felt like I had to kiss you. Then we get into the conversation. He's like, oh, he was like, you don't seem very like forward. You don't seem very like sexual. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm not. Like, I'm definitely a virgin. And, you know, that part of my, you know, I haven't explored that part of, you know, my life, of life yet. I was like, so I'm not really like, you know, that's why I'm like, you know, stop touching me type beat. Like, I feel like I'm not where you're at right now. I'm literally sitting here yapping and I need to go pick up my mom. But anyway, he's like, you know, it just, I've never been with a black girl and I know that it's probably different, but you know, I've got some moves. Like, I can show you some moves. And I'm just like, you're not gonna show me anything because this is gonna be the last time we see each other. Anyway, the rest of the date was unremarkable and it was a couple years ago, so I don't remember any more of the fine details. But I do know that upon leaving, like we're saying goodbye, I'm about to walk to my car, we're about to say goodbye. He kisses me again. And I'm like, mm-mm. And he's like, oh, he was like, you know, are you sure you don't want to hang out more tonight? No. Get on the road, go see your parents. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. This was it for me. I've had enough. He's like, oh, okay, that's okay. Anyway, didn't talk to him again. So that was that date. Another one, so I told you that I was in a situation. Well, I told y'all in the video before the last one, that I was in a situationship with my manager. Our first date was at a lodge in the in the mountains, like in the woods. And he was a white man. It was some white people shit. It was cool, whatever. Our second date was like a Valentine's Day date. And first I tried to take him to Rainforest Cafe. He wanted me to pick the restaurant. And I was like, okay. I picked Rainforest Cafe because it's really cute. Like, the food's not good, but like, it's cute. Like, it's cute. It's gonna be like lions and tigers and bears and stuff making noise up in there. It's kind of fun, you know, like when they do the lights. He was 12 years older than me. So he was like, we walked up to it. He was like, we're not eating here. And I was like, okay. So anyway, we went, ate, and he told me to pick a movie. And I really wanted to see 50 Shades of Grey. It was like the next 50 Shades of Grey. I think the very last 50 Shades of Grey movie. He was not feeling it. He was not, it was the most awkward, like sitting next to him in the movie theater was the most awkward thing. And then like the fact that the actor for Christian Grey looks exactly like his brother, like he even kind of looks like the dude. It was so awkward. It was so awkward. I was like, oh my God, did I choose the wrong thing? Like he was literally like hand on his head, like sighing every single time. That was really weird. But you know, the situationship persisted after that. And then I had a date with this Australian guy who, you know, I went to, boldly enough, I went to his house. Me and my sister went to his house, and he had like ambiance, like he put on ambiance for us, like rainforest noises. He had like the air humidifier, like he had like a sauna. It was in Hollywood. He had a sauna in the middle of his kitchen, and like he had all these like clay face masks for us to try, and like a squatty potty for when we went to the bathroom. And it was like super like weird, but like I'm not gonna judge him on that, because it's like, okay, if this is how you live your life, that's cool and everything. But it was a little like, it was a little tiny bit bizarre. I'm not gonna lie. It was very awkward. He also randomly kissed me while we were watching a Kevin Hart stand-up. And I was like, he was, you know, he did that thing that guys do where they just like, are like, you're looking straight ahead and they're just looking straight at you. And they're like making that face, like they want to kiss. And it was just like, nah, bro, like this is not the moment for that. Like, whoa, I thought we was laughing at Kevin Hart. So it wasn't like a terrible date. Honestly though, before we went to his house, we went to a bar, 2 bars. There was like a wild bar fight at each of these bars. He had some very interesting dance moves. Oh, actually 2 on that date, we stopped at like this like vegan restaurant, and there was like these dudes in there. Another situation of them like trying to holler at me when I got up to go to the bathroom, and I was like, I'm literally with that guy who's sitting at the table. Like, we're here together. And it's like, I don't give a damn. I'm like, y'all not gonna block me from going to the bathroom though. I realized that I haven't been saying, okay, I just used the NYX matte lip liner in the color Club Hopper. It's actually not my favorite one, but it was the first one I picked up. Also, my eyebrow pencil is the NYX micro brow pencil in the color Espresso. I literally would tell more stories. I feel like I only told one in 2 halves. I would tell more, but I literally have to leave. So the last thing I'm gonna use is this NYX Fat Oil Slick Click Shiny Lip Balm in the color In a Mood. It's cute. You see how I look kind of ashy? See how I look kind of ashy? Don't do your makeup like me. Don't do it. Okay, and the last thing I'm gonna do is use this Rare Beauty highlighter, liquid highlighter. And I'm just gonna highlight my nose, the tip of my nose and my nose bridge. Doesn't make a huge difference, but I think it's kind of fun. I know that it probably looks like I have hella makeup on, but I genuinely like to wear a little bit less because I can feel it on my face, and I can't take it. Like even this, like I do lip oils instead of lip gloss, because it's too much. Like it's too, like I get overwhelmed. So anyway, this is the look, the makeup look. This is the best I can do. I don't even feel good, to be perfectly honest. I just want to wear a hat. Okay, I thought about wearing a hat today, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do today? Wear a hat. If you enjoyed this video, like the video, subscribe, so that you get more videos like this. I'm sorry that this probably wasn't the most entertaining thing in the world, but hopefully we'll have very much more fun videos soon and in the new year. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Mwah.